When you think of Myrtle Beach, most people think of the bars, the beaches, spring break. But to the residents, there's a historic jewel placed just off the beaten path. A jewel that was threatened to be demolished and more than likely turned into the next mini-mart. This episode, we're visiting the Myrtle Beach Train Depot to talk with Meza and Jack Thompson about how sometimes one voice is strong enough to inspire an entire community.
My name is Meza, and I am a planner with the City of Myrtle Beach.
And what is this place right here that we're standing in?
This is the historic Myrtle Beach Train Depot.
Well, I would say the lifeblood of Myrtle Beach, because all the materials flowed through this train depot.
This one we're standing
over the rails.
The story of the depot is really the story of the individuals who saved it. In a city that is constantly redeveloping, Jack watched the history of the city he lived in most of his life paved over and modernized. The Myrtle Beach Train Depot was destined for just that fate. Built in the 1930s, the train depot was the lifeblood of Myrtle Beach, bringing in the people and supplies that helped the city to grow and prosper. With the building of local highways, the use of the rail fell to the wayside, and the depot was sold into private hands, where it remained until the end of the 20th century.
It had fallen into pretty bad disrepair, and there were homeless people living in it, and there was a lot of graffiti and a lot of vandalism. And after a while, after the property sat on the market for a while, the property owner was advised that it could sell better if everything was demolished.
Decades before, Jack had watched the destruction of the beautiful Ocean Forest Hotel, and it broke his heart. So when he saw the construction crew ready to demolish the train depot, he wasn't going to let that happen again.
I immediately ran over to City Council and was stopped at the door by a man with a nice little gold badge, and he said I had to come back next Monday and get on the agenda. I said, thank you very much, and I ran down the aisle to the podium. And he ran after me, and the mayor said, that's all right. I believe Jack may have been to happy hour. So let him speak. So I gave a little speech to the council, and I indicated that it was a diamond in the rough, and it was a jewel in our midst, and for past and future generations, I thought we should save it. The clincher was that I believe there's enough wisdom among all of you to find a way to save it. They took a little recess. They came back, and they said, Jack, we'll save that depot if you'll raise the money to restore it.
And how much were you able to raise?
$600,000.
Wow.
We went to the state.
We approached the South Carolina legislature.
We went to what is the current version of the Burroughs and Collins Company.
There were a lot of individuals that donated money and a lot of companies that donated funds.
The Carolina Southern Railroad was generous in that they brought in a train one day, and they pulled a couple of the old Pullman cars, and we did a fundraiser train ride from here to Conway.
We put in a walk of history. We have a walkway that sort of surrounds the front parking lot, inlaid with bricks, inscribed with people's names.
I really think that one of the reasons for the rallying cry behind the depot was that people had seen so much history come down that they really got to the point where they said enough is enough.
We have a jewel, And this is a jewel of Myrtle Beach.
I think that the Myrtle Beach Train Depot is truly an object lesson in how one person can stir a community to say, don't tear down our history. Next episode of History at Risk, we're staying in the area to see what other historical locations we can find. See you then.